What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. Story time, yeah. Man, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that comment button for me, man. Y'all do your big partner a favor, man, and knock that stuff out. Man, we on the road to 100K. We're gonna try to get it in the bag, man, and move on past that. You know what I'm saying? We got to take small steps. You got to crawl before you can walk, man. But anyway, y'all know lately they've been making a big push on these new ID cards. Something called the Star ID. You have to have this new ID by May 7th, or you can't travel, you can't get on the plane, you can't do nothing. So you got to have all the forms of that you have to have, such as you have to come with your birth certificate, you have to have your social security card, and you have to have 2 forms of identification, such as something saying that you pay a bill here, or this is where you live. You have to have those 2 things. Now, I've been catching HELL for the last month about this silly mess, man. Because for real, I wasn't paying no attention to it. My wife, she the one kept pushing the issue on it. You know, we need it. Okay. And as much as I go back and forth from Alabama to Cali, I need mine, you know? So anyway, went up there the first time, didn't have all my stuff. That's how I found out all the stuff I needed. Came back again, and they went to tripping on some menial stuff. So anyway, now here it is. You get up early, you call yourself going to the DMV. As soon as you get there, man, it's a line going around the block almost. A line going around the block. I'm like, man. So anyway, I'm in the line, I'm waiting. So in the process of waiting, I see one of my partners that I was in prison with. He bell up. So when I say, I'm like, dang, cuz, what's up? Homie, come here. So he like, man, Big Tune, that's you. I'm like, cuz, man, come on. Now, it was about 15 people in back of me. Now, I'd been in line about 20 minutes. It was about 15 people in back of me. So, but now I wasn't finna let the homie, go all the way back there like that. If somebody screamed and he want to move to the back of the line, all right, cool. But now, if don't nobody say nothing, then we going with the flow. So anyway, cuz come get in line with me. We go to kicking it, man. We talk about prison and all this old other stuff. So, boom. He see this bro. He like, dang, Tune, ooh, who is that right there? So when I look up to see who he talking about, at this certain DMV, they got females that work there from the prison. I guess it's a prison work release program or whatever. You know, Alabama do that a lot, where you be in the prison, but you go to the to the streets and you work those jobs out there. So now these girls, they got them a job working at the DMV. Now, the one we seen at this date, I had never seen her before. But now I had seen these 2 older white ladies there when I was there the first time trying to get the Star ID. So now when I come back this time, I see one of the older white women working there, but now they got a sister working there with her. She looked like she was, anywhere between her late 20s, early to mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? And of course, she got she was on swole prison body. So when the homie see her, he like, dang, Tune, look at her, man, check that out. I'm like, man, she on swole, huh? He like, yeah. He like, dang, man. He say, hold up. He say, man, they locked up? I'm like, yeah, the women's prison be doing work release here, I guess. He was like, dang, man, that thing, woo-wee. Man, I had never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? My mind don't think about other women like that. So when I did think about it, though, I'm like, yeah, she probably ain't got none. Ain't no telling how long she been locked up, homie. He was like, man, I'm finna get at her. I'm like, get at her about what? Ain't man, that boy ain't telling how long that woman got to do in prison. He was like, Tune, if she working this work program, she close to coming home. I'm like, you right. He like, cuz I'm finna get at her. I wouldn't make me no difference how long she got. I'm like, knock yourself out. So he like, you got my spot? I'm like, cuz, I got your spot. He leave off. He go to running behind her. So man, I see him talking to her. They stand over there by the car. by where the cars are parked at. They talking. Man, he come back about 10 minutes later. He like, man, Toon, check it out, check it out. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, come here, cuz, come here. I'm like, homie, I ain't finna lose my spot in line, homie. He like, man, tell the dude right there. So I tell the dude that's in front of me, I'm like, man, look, I'm finna step out. And I tell the dude that's in back of me, I say, look, man, I'm finna step out of line. I'll be right back. So the dude like, yeah, I see what's going on. Go ahead. I got you. I'm like, cool. So I go over there with him. I'm like, cool, what's up? He like, Toon, man, I'm finna hit that. I say, you finna what? He say, man, I'm finna hit that. I'm like, where? When? He say, cuz, I'm finna hit it now. I'm like, where at? He's like, cuz, I'm finna take her to my car. I'm like, shoot, homie, that's on you. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. He like, I'm just letting you know. He's like, cuz, if you get ready to go in before I come back, just go on and go. I say, yeah, just go on and go. I ain't finna wait on you, He like, man, you tripping. So anyway, he run off. He run off with old girl. They go off between the cars or whatever. He come back about 3 to 5 minutes later. He come back. I'm like, cuz, man, that fast? He was like, man, we ain't did nothing. I'm like, where's she at? He like, man, she over there. I'm like, what's up? What's up? What? Somebody in your mix? He like, cuz, she don't want to do it in the car. She say the camera's gonna catch her. She don't want to get in trouble. I'm like, the cameras? I'm like, dang, I thought about it. Look around. I'm like, you right, cuz, you know what I'm saying? They gonna see y'all. They gonna see y'all. He like, look, man, we finna go over there in back of that building. You can go right off in the bushes right there. Now, when I look, you can see the building because there's all type of buildings and stuff around here. And the building he talking about is like one of them big old like metal prefab sheds that you put up and just boom. They just like, it's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So now in back of them is a tree line, like big, thick bush like tree line. You can go up in there. So I'm like, cuz, you talk about going in there? He like, yeah. I'm like, all right. He like, man, I need you to come look out. Come do what? He like, cuz, man, come on, just, you know what I'm saying? So don't nobody walk down on us or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cuz, I'm not finna, standing there with y'all, cuz, I'm right here. He like, man, Big Tommy Toon. He say, cuz, I'll pay you. I'm like, homie, cuz, you ain't gotta pay me. I say, look, all right, because we going back and forth. Why he need me to do? I'm like, cuz, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Then he try to clown like, cuz, you can hit next. I'm like, homie, I don't want to hit, period. I'm married. I ain't tripping. He like, well, just watch out for me then. I'm like, dang. I'm like, all right, cuz, I got you. So I say, this is what I'm going to do, homie. I'm going to let the dude know that was in back of me, that I'm finna do something real quick, and I'll be back. I'm going to let him know if I'm not back before it's time for them to go in, just go on and go. He like, cool, bet it up. I say, cuz, if I miss my spot in this line, I say, look at that line. I say, look at that line right there. I say, cuz, if I miss my spot going in, I got to get all the way to the back of this line. He say, Toon, cuz, if you miss it and you got to go to the back of the line, he said, I got you. I'm going to look out, I'm going to pay you. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to charge you then. So he like, all right, well, cool. I say, look, cuz, y'all go ahead and go. I say, and I'm gonna be over that way. He like, all right, cool. So he ran off. He run off. So I guess I see him in old girl. I see old girl go first. He ducked down between the cars. Now in my mind, I'm like, shoot, the camera's gonna see all this. But when you leave far enough away and you going back of those buildings, once you get to that bush line, you can't really, the cameras ain't finna see that. The cameras ain't gonna see what's going on up in there. So that's where they going. And she knew it. So boom, they dip off. She dipped first, then cuz dip. So then I dip. So when I dip around the buildings, when I'm getting to around the building, he's standing there by the bushes. She already in the bushes. So he telling me, he like, boom, I'm telling him, cuz, go ahead. I say, hey, homie, boy, you on the clock. You better go. He like, all right, boom. He shoot off into the bushes. So now I'm waiting. I'm peeking, but I keep peeking around the metal prefab building up front. My thing is, I'm watching this line. I ain't finna miss this line. I don't want to miss this line at least. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching this line. So about 3 minutes go by. bushes go to rattling, I'm going to go to hearing noises. I'm like, what? Man, I'm talking about they going, man, I don't know what he was doing to her, but whatever he was doing, boy, he was doing it well. Cause she went to making noises at where I could hear. So I'm like, man, cuz. He don't say nothing. So I go to walking over there to the bushes. Now I ain't gonna lie. In my mind, I'm telling myself, I'm just finna let them know, keep it down. And I ain't tripping on seeing them or nothing like that. That's what I'm telling myself. But now when you be stomped down 100% honest, I'm probably going over there to get a peek. You know. But that wasn't my intention. Cause when I got to the edge of the bushes, I didn't go all the way in the bushes where they was. I didn't peek through the bushes. I got to the bushes. I turned my back on the bushes, stand there, and I'm watching the line way across, like I'm just standing there, and I'm like, cuz. He like, man, I can hear him, man, what's up? I'm like, man, boy, look here, man, you better come on with this, cuz, man. I saw all that goddamn noise you making. I say, boy, you can't make no love in the bushes. Go ahead and do what you doing and come on up out of there. He like, I got it, homie. I got it. So he go back to doing what they doing, making all that noise. I walk off. So by the time I get back to the shed, I guess they through. So I'm leaning on the shed, peeking around the thing, watching that line, because that line started to move. All of a sudden, he like, cuz, here I come. I like, look, I'm finna leave. I'm finna go. I'm finna leave now. I'm like, you straight? I'm like, you straight? He like, I'm straight. I'm like, well, I'm gone, cuz. I jet. I go get back in line. Man, I say about a minute and a half, 2 minutes after that, he come walking up. And he lucky come walking up because we was in the next group of 5. They let him in by groups of 5. So when I came back, it was some people toward the back of the line. I guess they didn't know. So, of course, you in a long line like this here, you see somebody cutting the line, you gonna trip. Didn't say nothing. But when he walked up, when Cub walked up and got in the line in front of me, it made it seem like I cut the line, and it made it seem like I'm inviting my partners to come on in and cut the line. So it was some grumbling. So I'm like, I'm getting kind of upset about this grumbling because I know I'm in the right. I know I ain't cut no line. But now I also understand they don't understand this. So I got to have an understanding for that, So it got to the point, man, I just got out the line and I walked toward the back. I say, hey, look, man. I say, whoever or whichever one of y'all back here that's tripping on the fact that y'all see me come get in line and then y'all see my homeboy come get in line. I say, listen, I've been here for over an hour. I've been here way for over an hour before y'all even thought about coming. I say, the dude right here that's up there in that line, he'll tell you I was already in line. I told him, hold my spot. I got out of line. I had to help my partner with something. I got out of line. So I don't want y'all thinking I'm disrespecting y'all. I'm cutting the line or doing nothing like that. I wouldn't do it. I did too many years in prison to be like that. I say, I've already was here. So, ain't no, one female said, baby, we ain't tripping. But now, it was some undertone grumbling like, okay, we'll make it make sense to us then, So boom, while all this was going on, I see old girl that was locked up from the that's in the little work program. I see her walking toward the front, she finna go around the front to one of them side doors and go back in the building. I said, what? So me and Cub, we go back, get in line. So I'm asking him, I'm like, hey boy, I say, fool, what's up? He's like, boy, he say, hey man. I say, homie, you wild, boy. I say, boy, you wild. He like, shoot, Tune, I ain't married. You married, not me. I'm like, no, cuz I ain't married. I say, but I ain't gonna lie though. The first thing went through my mind when I seen her, I'm like, man, female locked up or a dude locked up, the first thing they want is sex. If they can do it. You know what I'm saying? I say, I wonder if she got a dude coming up here seeing her that's knocking her off every now and then. So, but the homie, he was like, man, I don't care. But I got mine. Whatever else she doing, that's on her. I'm like, fool, you use a rubber? He like, no. I'm like, cuz you didn't use no rubber. He like, homie, I ain't had one. She didn't have one. We wasn't expecting this. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. You playing them games in 2025. You be walking around here with a horn on the top of your head. Talk about moo goo ga papu. You know, he laughed about it. But anyway, yeah, we went on in there and knocked that little bit out, came on out. I went my way, the homie went his way, man. It just shake my head. What another day at the funny farm, man. Another day in life, just doing life. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, in the meantime, between time, man, y'all tell the people you love them. And don't forget, I represent the what? I represent the what? Man, I represent the gangsters, homie. So who? The Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace. Threes, please.
When I pop, then you pop. Don't nobody drop, you better pay into the block. Fuck the cops, you better squeeze until it's empty. I put that on 50, she's with it. Are you hit me? Hey gang, swing game, what it looks at. 5 tray, hey, yeah, third that. 4 8, 8 8, 11 6. So when you slide down the 8, you're getting clapped at. Hands up until my days up.